Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Thrawn, issue number 1 from Star Wars. Guys, this is a fantastic book. All right, I wanted to read this one early because I really was looking forward to this. I didn't look to see when it was coming out, so when I saw it on the rack, I'm like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" So yeah, I grabbed this. I read this pretty quick. We got a visitor today. Anyway, so this is my supply kitty, and I am going to be your admiral today. So we find the origin of. Come on, kitty. So we find the origin of Thrawn. We get to see where he actually shows up for the first time. He speaks Cybis, which is a very different language, and there's one guy who winds up actually knowing the language. And he's helping out. He's a translator. They go before the Emperor. Now I don't know where exactly Vader came across this guy. That's my cat's butt. Oh yeah, there it is. So I don't know where Vader actually met Thrawn before. Maybe it was in Star Wars Rebels. I didn't watch that episode. Anyway, so he remembers him. He remembers Anakin Skywalker. And the Emperor simply says, yeah, Anakin is dead. Well, he technically-ish is, but he doesn't know about Vader. He doesn't tell him about Vader. So part 1 of 6 sees him going through school. He's going to start off as a lieutenant, go figure, because he says the guy who's in charge of the cadet school, he says, well, the Emperor says you're going to be a lieutenant at the end of this, and you got 3 months to do that. So I might as well give you the lieutenant badge now. At the end, he gets another one. Maybe he forgot that he already had one. So he says, I'm going to put this to good use. Anyway, so he winds up graduating, and the translator graduates with him. Now, the translator wanted to be a supply sergeant, but Thrawn has other ideas in mind. They're going to go aboard the Blood Claw. This is a new ship that is supposed to be really awesome. Terrible name, and like terrifying name. And that's pretty much where this ends. Now, they had a whole bunch of good stuff in here. Like, we actually do get to see, and this is the only thing I was hoping for, we do get to see some of his tactics and strategy in here. In fact, 3 times we get to see that. The first time we get to see it because he's having a game, like a card game, holodeck card game type thing. And no, it's not actually a card game. It's almost like, you know what was that thing called that in Wrath of Khan that later on we had to learn about with Kirk. I know this is in Star Trek, but the whatever it was called. Anyway, somebody in the comments will say, and I will thank you. In the meantime, that thing, the unbeatable, unwinnable situation, there was the whole big story with that. Now, in here, was the story as good? Probably not, but they did give a story similar to that, just with a deck of cards. And Thrawn shows how that can actually win. And he shows it in more than one way. And that was pretty impressive the way he pulled that off. Later on, there's a fight where he's attacked, and he shows his strategy there, and his fighting capabilities, and his trust in his friends. On top of, in fact, also his loyalty to his friends. Now, I'm hoping that he doesn't wind up turncoating on this kid, but we'll see. Anyway, for now, the third one that shows up is when he's trying to deal with the assaulters, the guys who assaulted him. And the way that he pulls that off is, it was actually noble. And by the time I'd read that, I knew I already loved this book, long before I'd even gotten to the end. This was a fantastic book. I'm giving this an A+. This was really good. Absolutely loved this. Seeing Thrawn and Timothy Zahn, this is supposed to be based on his novel. I think, to the best of my knowledge, that in reality, this is just one of those situations where it's based on it, meaning, yeah, acknowledgement that he, essentially created the character. But that aside, they really did show that that he's a fantastic character, that he's really big on strategy, on tactics, all that good stuff. And I like how they explained the chiss in this. Absolutely perfect. So I highly recommend this book. This was a fantastic read. Go and check it out. The reason why I didn't show any of this stuff and the images in this is because Marvel wound up doing something stupid where all the comics that they released early, the previews for them, they have this writing on the front, not for distribution. Well, cute. So anyways, yeah, just the book itself. The art inside is beautiful. I don't even know what page I'm on. Good, it's not an this one's an advertisement. This one's not. So the art in here is beautiful, just like the cover. So that's what I look for. I don't like it when they have a different artist on the cover. It's like, oh, it's a nice cover. Gee, I wonder what the art looks like inside. Well, it looks pretty much the same. It's comparable. So anyway, yeah, I highly recommend it. All right, Kitty, we ready to go? Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.